Good morning, everyone. I am so glad that you are joining us for our 21-day fast. And you know what? I'm honored that I get to be day number 1. Now, as you decide what you want your fast to look like over these next 21 days, I just want you to know that there are many ways that you can fast. You might choose an absolute fast, which means no food and no water, but that's for a short period of time. Maybe you're choosing more of a normal fast, which means liquid only. Or perhaps you're choosing a partial fast where you give up something that you prefer. It can be a preferred activity or a preferred type of food. Regardless of what type of fast that you choose, the most important thing is that your heart is in the right place, that you set aside time for Jesus, to read his word, to follow along in the Bible reading plan, to lean in and pray and listen. So let's jump on in today. As you read Proverbs 3:5-10, there are 2 words that stick out in the very first verse. It's the word trust, and it's also the word lean. And really, these 2 words paint this incredible picture in our minds. We are all dependent, and what we're dependent on is shown by what we actually lean into. See, my husband, he always puts up beautiful Christmas lights on our house every single year. And our roof, it is pretty high up. And even though he is 6'4", it's still out of that man's reach. So every single year, what he has to do is he has to go and get a ladder. And he has to use that ladder. And to be honest, it always makes me a little nervous and a little anxious as I watch him. But there are a few things that he does that give me confidence, that ease my anxiety, that calm me in that moment. He always makes sure that the ladder is on a firm and level ground. And he always makes sure that it is leaning against a structure that's able to hold his weight as well as the ladder's, because he understands that what he leans into determines his stability. And because he desires to spend Christmas with his family and friends and not in the hospital, he always chooses a firm foundation, one that is level, and a structure that is strong enough for him to lean against, so he's stable. See, all of us are leaning into something, whether it's leaning into ourselves or our abilities or our own understanding. We may be leaning or trusting in other people or situations, circumstances, leaders. We're all trusting, we're all leaning into something. And can we just take a moment right now as we begin this fasting and ask ourselves, what are we really leaning into? Who are we really leaning into? Who do we really trust? See, chances are it's probably the first person you call or that you think of when you have a problem, or maybe the first person you celebrate when you have a success or when you're down. What you lean into, though, you need to understand, determines the stability of your life. See, God in his word give us some guarantees that no one else is able to give us. His promises say that if we trust him and we don't lean on our own understanding, our own strength, you know what? He's going to give us clarity. He's going to give us direction. He's going to give us health and strength, and he's going to provide for us. And all of these things are the things that we desire in our lives, and it provides us so much peace and joy. And he tells us, if you would lean into me, if you would lean the ladder of your life into me, I'm going to provide those for you. What if for the next 21 days that we opened up every morning and said, you know what, God, I'm going to open up your word and I'm going to lean into your understanding. I'm going to pray and I'm going to listen to you today. I'm going to allow you to guide my steps. What if for the next 21 days we ended every day with gratitude and saying, God, I'm so grateful that you provide for me. What if for the next 21 days we take the ladder of our life and we lean into him? How different would our lives look? Can I just encourage you, start this fast by saying, God, I'm going to lean into you. I'm going to depend on your word. I'm going to depend on your strength and your provision. And when I have a temptation to lean into myself and into other people, I'm going to go to you first. I'm going to lean against you. I'm going to choose to trust you. Man, I sure am praying for you today, and I am praying for God's favor. I'm praying for his blessing and for his rest to watch over you. Man, let's begin this fast with joy and excitement, because God is going to do something so significant in your life, in our lives together. And man, we are going to be changed for his glory. I'll see you tomorrow.